I'm just casually wearing a dress and makeup. It's a normal thing that I do.
Rufy, Emily, tell us about the origins of your two novels. Oh, that's a good page. Where did the first spark of an idea come from?
The idea for Perfect Tunes came from my desire to write about what mothers are like before they become mothers, and also sort of to get at the impossibility of knowing who your mother was before she became your mother. Have a story that was about people who are very different from me and my mom, but that still sort of gets at the complexities of the mother-daughter relationship. And the first way that I thought that I would be able to do that was by writing a book that included literal time travel, which was accomplished in the book via ayahuasca trip. Not a successful draft. I ended up throwing out about like 50, 60,000 words of a draft that was about time travel, but I kept the characters and sort of the spark, the idea that I could write a book about a mother before she became a mother.
About 10 years ago, I wrote a novel about a character called Bunny Lampert who was very different but similar in some ways. She was really large and physically powerful, and for me, that fantasy of having that kind of strength has always been really appealing. I can remember first understanding how much stronger men were, and you really don't figure that out, or at least I didn't until you're like actually trying to fight a man, and then you're like, oh, well, this is never going to go my way.
Both of your novels deal with the long-term consequences of a youthful trauma. Why did you decide to write about that? Those are my eyes.
So I think trauma, so upbeat, trauma really informs, or my understanding of trauma really informs the book in terms of how the way that Laura became a mother, which is really not ideal circumstances. I mean, when is it ever? But like hers are extremely not ideal. How that informs the type of mother she becomes, and probably some of my own like worst fears are in there too, because one of the toughest things about being a parent, as I'm sure you both have, become aware and dealt with, is that the tighter you clench down on like wanting your children to like be with you and be close to you and like be with you forever, the more you push them away. And it's just this like horrible, heartbreaking truth of like the work that we have to do as parents. It's to like create the circumstances for our kids to like flourish and be independent.
I mean, I guess that I feel like so much of your 30s is actually trying to figure out what happened to you in your teens and 20s and just sort of trying to process things, because your understanding of it at the time is never correct.
This is both of your third books. How does the experience compare? Easier, harder, and why? Oh, hello.
This is my third book. It's only my second novel, and my first book was a memoir, and I wrote it when I was really young, and there are parts of it that I love that I feel like have really stood the test of time, and there are parts of it where I look back at it and I'm like, wow, a 28-year-old wrote that. Some things have gotten a lot easier and some things have gotten a lot harder. I feel like I've come at the craft of writing from this weird direction where I started out doing like this very sort of public performative blogging, having really tight deadlines and writing a ton every day. And then as I got older, I sort of like slowed down more and more and more and more. And now it takes me forever to write like anything, basically. It takes me forever. It definitely takes me a long time to write fiction. I just hope I get faster. I don't know, because really having like a moment of your work coming to fruition every 4 to 7 years is like tough on the old ego. And also the, cha-ching.
I think from a publication perspective, it definitely is easier because I'm just more relaxed and calm. about the whole thing. But in terms of my process in writing it, I had written a book after Dear Fang, but before Knockout Queen, that had some really serious, like, major problems and didn't work, but I didn't really know how to fix it. And so I shelved that and started writing the Knockout Queen from a real, like, troublemaking kind of energy. Like, I felt like I couldn't write something good, so I might as well write what I wanted, kind of. And that wound up giving the book like a lot of kind of like good chaotic energy that I think is maybe my favorite thing about the book.
The last one is, tell us a productivity secret from working from home. Please.
Oh my God, a working from home productivity secret? No, sorry. Oh, I hate working from home. I really don't like doing it. It sucks. I hate it.
Wow.
I'm sitting at my kitchen table right now. Let me pan around a little bit. So I'm sitting at my kitchen table. This is the entire rest of the non-bedroom space in my apartment. Like, that's not great. So, I mean, also, like, what is productivity? Like, I feel like that's a trick of capitalism. I feel like we should work because we are moved to and do the work that is necessary, and everything else can just go fuck itself.
I mean, my work from home strategy is just really to let them do whatever they want. Like, I remember letting him play with like a orbital sander so that I could finish a chapter and send it in.
This is easy.
But I don't know how much that even would qualify as like a tip, because it definitely has consequences.
That was great. Should we get you an agent?